With me today is Nathan Mathis, and you're running for state senator. If you would tell me a little bit about Nathan Mathis and why you're running.
Well, I'm a farmer. I'm from the Wicksburg Slocum area. I served one term as chairman of the Houston County Commission. I didn't seek re-election. I served 4 terms in the Alabama State House of Representatives. When I was in the legislature, I made the deciding vote, which allowed Victory Land to come into existence. We already had dog track gambling at Mobile and at Green Track when I did this, but we put a 4% pari-mutuel tax on Victory Land. Since 1984, Victory Land has paid roughly $120 million in local taxes and state taxes as a result of that 4% pari-mutuel tax. At the time we did it, none of us even comprehended the bingo issue. And I just feel like since my vote helped create Victory Land that I need to be involved and try to solve the issue. That's the main platform I'm running on, is trying to solve the bingo issue so we'll have legal operation and we'll provide for orderly and regulated growth, and we'll tax them and get some needed revenue off of it.
What is your plan?
My plan is, I call it a Lucky 13 plan. The reason I do is because, first of all, it would grandfather in 4 places: Victory Land, Green Track, Whitehall, and Country Crossing. It would allow these places to open up immediately, but it would tax them at 13% times gross. Now, some people might think that's high, but Mississippi taxes at 12% times gross, Florida at 50% times net, Pennsylvania 52% times net. Then my bill also, the Lucky 13 plan, gives people in Geneva County, Dale County, other counties the opportunity, should later on they want to have a casino, they could get up a petition and have a vote, just like a wet dry referendum we do here in Geneva County. If a majority of people voted yes, then they could also participate. That's what I found as I get out and campaign. The people of Geneva County or other counties, they want to be treated just like the counties where they're allowed to have them. They feel like it's wrong for them to be excluded from that opportunity.
What's your opinion of what all's going on the last year?
Well, I went before the county commission, and I also have written some letters to the Dothan Eagle, which they printed, and I tried to explain to them that in my opinion they had to have another bill passed through the legislature in order for bingo to be played legally at Country Crossing. The bill that they're trying to operate under was passed strictly for the Shriners and the Elks Club. It's strictly for charitable organizations. That was my position. However, that is my county commission. That's the chief governing body of Houston County. They operated, they'll have to live by their decision, but they was operating on what they thought was Attorney General's opinion. And anyway, the project proceeded. They weren't anything hid about what they did. And now, in good faith, Mr. Gilly and them have spent untold millions of dollars down there opening the place up. And in time they get it opened up, we shut it down. At the same time we shut them down, we still got 5 places in Alabama that's open. That's Victory Land, Green Track, and 3 Indian sites. And it's just not right. My bill would correct the problem, and if people want it, they can vote yes on my bill. If they don't want it, then they vote no. My bill would shut them all down if everybody, the majority voted no, and it would also repeal all these bingo acts that passed in various counties, which is what caused the problem to start off with. The legislature is what caused this problem.
You have 5 terms in the legislature, or 4 terms in the legislature?
I only had 4, but one of the terms was just a 1-year term. The first time I ran, the federal judge ordered that we had to run after a year because the districts had been gerrymandered, and so we had to run for a 3-year term, and then my next 2 terms were 4-year terms.
How hard is it to get legislation passed? You've got a plan and you have to get it passed with all of the legislature. Tell me a little bit about the process.
Well, first thing you do, you introduce the bill, and then it has to come out of the committee, and you have to get up the votes to pass it. My Lucky 13 plan is a bill that's straight above board. It don't try to hide anything like the bill that passed the Senate. To start off with, they had a bill that had in there that bingo operators couldn't even be sued, and they had another provision in there where they forgive Green Track of some taxes they owe the state. My bill don't do anything like that. It's just straight above board, and my bill distributes the money 5% to the senior citizens, 5% to the rescue squads, and then 85% of it to be divided by 67. It would give each county commission in the state about $4 million. And what that would do, the county commissions, just like in Houston County, they ought to be able to take that $5 million they're getting from the school tax, the 1% sales tax, and give that money back to the schools and operate off this $4 million from the Lucky 13 plan. A lot of the teachers I run into, they don't like the idea of receiving money from drinking or gambling. They tell me they try to teach the kids morals in schools, and they don't like the idea of that.
Other than the gambling, solving that problem, what would you say to the voters and why they should vote for Nathan Mathis?
Well, the Lucky 13 plan would create over 20,000 jobs in the state of Alabama. In Mississippi right now, they have 30 casinos. They have almost 25,000 employees. Those employees, their payroll for 1 year is about $730 million a year. That'd make a tremendous economic impact. I have the experience to do the job. I can get the bill passed because it's not no hidden agenda. I've never met Mr. Gilley. I know Mr. McGregor, but none of them have contributed to my campaign. I don't ask anybody to contribute to my campaign. I have had some that have done so, but it's just local people like yourself. But I will get the job done. I'm not going to run for re-election. I'm too old to run for re-election. I'm 67 years old. Dad died at 68. But if people will vote for me, I guarantee you I'll get this bill passed. We'll solve this problem once and for all. If we don't, they're going to have the issue up over and over again. Every legislative session is going to be screwed up with the gambling issue.
Thank you.